So, watching a lot of these Assassin's Creed Origins trailer reactions back, I've noticed one thing that most of them share in common.
What the fuck? Whoa! What the hell is that? What
Available
the
October 27th.
Well, then there's Ben. Do we get a name? What about the giant snake, man? So, looking over a lot of these reactions, there's a lot of things that people seem to be WTFing about that they're fuck penis shit kill me with a big wooden spade. Obviously my mind doesn't want to go child friendly, so a lot of people seem to be what the fucking at the fact that there's a massive snake there. Now the announcement was last week, but I'm only just getting around to talking about this. But the giant snake's presence in the announcement trailer for Assassin's Creed Origins caught everybody off guard, and most people were really shocked by that. They were shocked by the fact that there's this giant snake thing. Like, where did that come from? What's that about, you know? Well, take a seat, brother assassinos, because today we gonna investigate. So what is this giant snake? Well, the short answer is it's Alex Amancio come back from the grave to haunt us. Okay, you wanted a serious answer, I may as well oblige. Let's just start off by saying the chances are that's probably not an actual giant snake, considering that in the footage there seems to be some wonky hallucination thing going on below in the background, and also the snake comes and chomps Bayek's head off. Had it been real, I think Bayek wouldn't have survived that, regardless of whether or not he kills it with an arrow. So I'm pretty convinced that this giant serpent or giant snake is simply some form of hallucination. So that begs the question, how did Bayek hallucinate a giant snake? Well, obviously he's either accidentally been exposed to some poison or a drug, something that's causing him to hallucinate, otherwise he might just be a recreational drug user. So obviously Bayek is under some form of hallucination, perhaps induced by an enemy poisoning him with something that's just going through his system because he's been trained to be more immune to it or something. Something along those lines would make sense. That, or he could be going through something similar to what Arno was going through in Assassin's Creed Unity. Now you might ask yourself, but Bayek founded the Order, so how or why would he need to take these trials? I mean, obviously he wouldn't, but I don't think that the assassins mixed together a drink one day and thought, alright, this trip is going to make everybody become an assassin in their minds. No, what will happen is they'd probably have stumbled upon it by accident. Who knows how that might happen, but I don't see the logic behind trying to make a drug for trials. Like, of course it would have to be tested and probably discovered by accident. And you could argue that it's just something that the French Brotherhood did during the Revolution or something like that. But let's take a look at real history, which inspired Assassin's Creed. Now, take a look at the Hashashin, or however you want to pronounce it. They were the assassins. They were Shia Muslims during the Crusades. They literally have hash in their name. You might think, oh right, sick coincidence, but no. You see, the Hashashin actually used drugs to make themselves more dedicated to killing their target no matter what. So if I were to tell you that the assassins in Assassin's Creed were inspired by a bunch of drug addicts with knives, then I wouldn't be far off the truth. Back to the snake thing, it's clearly a hallucination of some sort. Would it be from the same drug that Arno took to do his trials or whatever? Not sure about that, but it's the most likely case. I do feel as if it would be a bit random for Ubisoft to randomly introduce mythical creatures of that scale into Assassin's Creed, because we haven't seen them anywhere else. We've seen no mention of them. It would literally be kicking up the dirt of the lore and throwing something in and hoping that it works. So I'm fairly convinced in my mind that this snake is just a hallucination of sorts. As for why, we're probably going to have to wait and see until the game comes out. But there you have it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think. That's important here. And I'll see you all in the next one with another video. So yeah. So